Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Learn English Podcast. I'm Jack, and I'm thrilled to have you here today.
And I'm Emily. We're really excited about today's episode because we're tackling one of the trickiest parts of English grammar.
That's right. Today, we're diving deep into articles, those tiny words and the that cause so much confusion for English learners.
If you've ever wondered when to use a versus an, or when to use the versus no article at all, this episode is for you.
Before we begin, please don't forget to subscribe to Learn English Podcast. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode.
And stay with us until the end because we want to know what topic you'd like us to cover next. Your feedback helps us create the content you actually need.
All right, let's start with the basics. What exactly are articles?
Articles are special words that come before nouns to indicate whether we're talking about something specific or something general.
In English, we have three articles, an, and the. These three little words are some of the most frequently used words in the entire language.
Articles are a type of determiner. They help determine or identify what noun we're talking about.
There are two main categories of articles, indefinite articles and definite articles.
The indefinite articles are a and an. We use these when we're talking about something non-specific or mentioning it for the first time.
For example, I saw a dog in the park. We're not talking about a specific dog that you already know about, just any dog.
The definite article is the. We use this when we're talking about something specific that both the speaker and listener know about.
I saw the dog again today. Now we're talking about a specific dog, the one I mentioned before.
Let's start by understanding the indefinite articles a and an in detail.
We use a and an with singular countable nouns when we're referring to one thing that's not specific.
I need a pen. She's reading a book. He wants an apple. These are all singular countable nouns, and we're not specifying which one.
The choice between a and an depends on the sound that follows, not the letter.
This is super important. We use a before consonant sounds and an before vowel sounds.
A cat, a dog, a house, a university. These all start with consonant sounds.
Wait, university starts with U, which is a vowel letter. Why do we use a?
Great question, because university starts with a U sound, which is a consonant sound. We say a university, not an university.
Similarly, we say a European country because European starts with a U sound.
Now for an, we use it before vowel sounds. An apple, an elephant, an idea, an orange, an umbrella.
But here's where it gets tricky. We also use an before words that start with a silent H.
An hour, an honest person, an honor. These H's are silent, so these words start with vowel sounds.
But a hotel, a house, a hero, these have pronounced H sounds, so we use a.
Common mistake. Some students sometimes write an hotel in British English because they've heard some British speakers not pronounce the H strongly.
In modern English, both British and American, we typically say a hotel with the H pronounced.
Here's another tricky one. Abbreviations and acronyms.
We use a or an based on how we pronounce the abbreviation, not how it's spelled.
An FBI agent. We say FBI, which starts with a vowel sound.
A UFO, we say UFO, which starts with a consonant sound.
An MBA degree, an MP3 player, and X-ray all start with vowel sounds when spoken.
A NASA scientist, a DVD player, a UN resolution, these start with consonant sounds.
Remember, it's all about the sound, not the spelling.
Now let's talk about when to use indefinite articles.
First, we use a and an when mentioning something for the first time. I bought a car yesterday.
Second, we use a or an to talk about someone's profession or occupation. She's a teacher. He's an engineer.
Third, we use a and an with expressions of frequency. Once a week, twice a day, 3 times a month.
Fourth, we use a or an in exclamators with what. What a beautiful day. What an interesting story.
Fifth, we use to mean one. I need a minute, meaning 1 minute.
And we use a or an to represent a whole class or category. A dog is a loyal animal, meaning dogs in general.
Now let's move on to the definite article, the. This is the most commonly used word in English.
We use the when both the speaker and listener know which specific thing we're talking about.
Please close the door. We both know which door, the one in this room.
The sun is shining. There's only one sun, so we know which one.
I'm going to the bank. You probably mean the bank you usually go to, a specific one.
Let's discuss all the different situations where we use the.
First, we use the when something has been mentioned before. I saw a cat. The cat was black.
Second, when something is unique or one of a kind. The moon, the earth, the Eiffel Tower, the president.
Third, with superlatives. The best, the tallest, the most beautiful, the oldest.
She's the smartest student in the class. This is the biggest problem we face.
Fourth, with ordinal numbers. The first, the second, the last, the next.
This is the third time I've called you. He was the first person to arrive.
Fifth, when there's only one thing in a particular context. The kitchen, the living room, the boss, the manager.
In your house, you have one kitchen, so it's the kitchen. At your workplace, there's one boss, your boss, so it's the boss.
Sixth, with musical instruments. She plays the piano. He's learning the guitar.
Though if you're talking about the instrument as an object, you might use a. I bought a piano.
Seventh, with plural family names. The Smiths, the Johnsons, the Browns, meaning the Smith family, etc.
Eighth, with decades and centuries. The 1990s, the 21st century, the 60s.
Ninth, with directions. The North, the South, the East, the West.
But when used as adjectives, no article. North London, South India.
10th, with certain time periods. The morning, the afternoon, the evening, the past, the future.
But we say at night, at noon, at midnight. No article.
Now let's talk about geographical names because this is where many students struggle.
Generally, we don't use the with continents. Asia, Europe, Africa, North America.
We don't use the with most countries. France, Japan, Brazil, Egypt.
But we do use the with countries that have kingdom, states, or republic in their names.
The United States, the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, the Philippines, the Czech Republic.
We don't use the with cities. London, Tokyo, New York, Paris.
We don't use the with states or provinces. California, Texas, Ontario.
We don't use the with single mountains. Mount Everest, Mount Fuji, Mont Blanc.
But we do use the with mountain ranges. The Himalayas, the Alps, the Andes, the Rockies.
We don't use the with single lakes. Lake Superior, Lake Victoria.
But we do use the with groups of lakes. The Great Lakes.
We use the with rivers. The Nile, the Amazon, the Thames, the Mississippi.
We use the with oceans and seas. The Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic, the Mediterranean Sea, the Red Sea.
We use the with deserts. The Sahara Desert, the Gobi Desert, the Mojave Desert.
We don't use the with single islands. Jamaica, Cyprus, Madagascar.
But we use the with island groups. The Bahamas, the Maldives, the Philippines, the Canary Islands.
We don't use the with single peninsulas. The Iberian Peninsula, the Korean Peninsula.
These geographical rules have lots of details, but patterns emerge with practice.
Now let's discuss when not to use any article at all. This is called the zero article.
We don't use articles with plural nouns when speaking generally. Dogs are loyal. Books are expensive.
Compare dogs are loyal, all dogs, general statement, versus the dogs are loyal, specific dogs we're talking about.
We don't use articles with uncountable nouns when speaking generally. Water is essential. Music makes me happy.
But if we're being specific, the water in this bottle is cold. The music at the party was too loud.
We don't use articles with most proper names: John Smith, Mary Johnson, Dr. Brown.
Unless it's a title used as a common noun, the Queen of England, the President of the United States.
We don't use articles with languages: I speak English, she's learning Spanish.
But if you add language, you need the English language, the Spanish language.
We don't use articles with academic subjects. I study mathematics. She teaches history.
We don't use articles with sports and games. I play football. She likes chess. They're watching basketball.
We don't use articles with meals when speaking generally: breakfast, lunch, dinner.
I eat breakfast at 8 a.m. Let's have lunch together. What's for dinner?
But if you're describing a specific meal, the breakfast at that hotel was delicious.
We don't use articles with go to plus certain places when referring to their primary purpose.
Go to school, to study. Go to church, to worship. Go to bed, to sleep. Go to prison, as a prisoner. Go to hospital, British, to be treated.
But go to the school means going to the building, not necessarily the study. I went to the school to pick up my daughter.
In bed versus on the bed. In bed means sleeping or sick. On the bed means physically on top of it.
We don't use articles with possessive adjectives. My car, your house, his book. Never the my car.
We don't use articles with this, that, these, those, some, any. This book, some water, any questions.
Now let's talk about some special cases and exceptions.
With body parts, different languages handle this differently. In English, we usually use possessive adjectives.
I hurt my arm. She washed her hands. He broke his leg.
But in some contexts with reflexive verbs, she hit herself on the head. The is possible here.
With means of transportation, we use by with no article. By car, by train, by plane, by bus.
But if you add a determiner, by the morning train, in my car, on a bus.
With communications and media, by email, by phone, on television, on the radio, on the internet, in the newspaper.
Notice on television versus on the radio. TV has no article, radio has the.
Both in hospital, British, and in the hospital, American, are correct. Different dialects.
Similarly, at university, British, versus in college or at college, American.
Let's discuss articles with adjectives and nouns.
When an adjective comes before a noun, the article goes before the adjective. A big house, an interesting book, the beautiful sunset.
When we have multiple adjectives, the article comes first. A beautiful old Italian villa.
With adjectives used as nouns to refer to groups, the rich, the poor, the elderly, the young, the unemployed.
The rich should help the poor. The government supports the elderly.
These take plural verbs because they refer to groups. The homeless are increasing in number.
Articles with most. This can be confusing.
Most people like chocolate. No article, meaning the majority of people in general.
Most of the people at the party were friendly. Here, we use the because we're talking about a specific group.
The most expensive car, superlative, so we use the.
Articles can sometimes change meaning. He's in prison versus he's in the prison.
In prison means he's a prisoner. In the prison means he's inside the building, maybe visiting or working there.
Go to school versus go to the school. We covered this earlier.
At sea, sailing on the ocean, versus at the sea, at the seaside or beach.
In future, British, meaning from now on, versus in the future, at some future time.
Now let's talk about common mistakes students make with articles.
One of the most common errors is omitting articles when they're needed. I am student instead of I am a student.
Or sun is shining instead of the sun is shining.
Another mistake is using articles when they shouldn't be used. I speak the English instead of just I speak English.
Or I like the dogs when you mean dogs in general. Should be I like dogs.
Many students confuse a and an. A apple instead of an apple, or an university instead of a university.
Remember, it's based on sound, not spelling.
Using the with all proper nouns is another error. The John, the France, the Lake Michigan.
These don't need articles, just John, France, Lake Michigan.
Not using the with superlatives. She is best student instead of she is the best student.
Using a/an with uncountable nouns. I need an advice instead of I need advice or I need some advice.
Using a/an with plural nouns. I have a books. This doesn't work. Either I have a book or I have books.
Let's discuss articles in expressions of time and measurement.
We say once a week, twice a month, 3 times a year, using a to mean per.
$10 a kilo, 60 miles an hour, 50 pounds a night. Same pattern.
But we say per person, per capita. Per is Latin for by the, so no article needed.
With half, we can say a half or half or half the, a half hour, half an hour, half the class.
A couple of, a few, a little, a lot of. These expressions use a.
But the majority of, the rest of, the remainder of, these use the.
Now let's talk about articles in titles and headlines.
In newspaper headlines, articles are often omitted to save space. President visits France instead of the president visits France.
In titles of books, movies, and songs, we capitalize articles if they're not the first word. The Lord of the Rings, but A Tale of Two Cities.
Academic titles often omit articles. Professor of mathematics, not professor of the mathematics.
Job titles can go either way. She's the manager or she's manager of the department.
Let's discuss some cultural and regional differences in article usage.
British English, in hospital, at university, in future.
American English, in the hospital, in college or at college, in the future.
Some proper names vary. The Ukraine was traditional, but now just Ukraine is preferred.
Historical changes. The Lebanon was once common, now just Lebanon.
Some speakers say the flu, while others just say flu. Both are acceptable.
Regional expressions. Down the pub, British, versus at a bar, American.
Let's talk about articles with abstract nouns.
Abstract nouns used generally don't take articles. Love conquers all. Freedom is important. Happiness is a choice.
But when we're specific about the abstract noun, we use the. The love between them was strong. The freedom we enjoy today wasn't free.
Sometimes a is used. A love of learning, a passion for music, a fear of heights.
These phrases indicate a type or instance of the abstract concept.
Now let's discuss articles in fixed expressions and idioms.
Some expressions always use a/an. In a hurry, have a cold, make a difference, tell a lie, take a break.
Some always use the, in the end, on the whole, to tell the truth, out of the question, for the time being.
Some use no article, at home, by heart, on foot, in time, at work, by chance, on purpose.
You just have to learn these as complete phrases.
Let's do some practice. I'll give you a sentence with a blank and you think about what goes there.
Great idea. First one, I want to become blank doctor.
The answer is a doctor. We use an with professions.
Next, have you ever been to blank United States?
The United States. Countries with United or states in the name use the.
Here's one, blank water is essential for life.
No article. When speaking generally about an uncountable noun, we use zero article. Just water is essential.
She is blank best student in blank class.
The best student in the class. Superlatives use the, and the class is specific.
I go to blank school every day.
School. No article when referring to the primary purpose, to study.
Can you play blank piano?
The piano. Musical instruments use the.
I read blank interesting book yesterday.
An interesting book. First mention, singular countable noun, starts with a vowel sound.
Mount Everest is in blank Himalayas.
The Himalayas. Mountain ranges use the, but single mountains don't.
Excellent practice. Let's now talk about some advanced concepts.
Generic reference, using the with singular nouns to refer to a whole category.
The tiger is an endangered species. We're talking about tigers as a species, not one specific tiger.
This is more formal than tigers are endangered species, but means the same thing.
The computer has changed our lives. Computers in general, not a specific computer.
This pattern is common in scientific and academic writing.
Article omission in lists and parallel structures.
We need pencils, pens, and paper. No articles in this list.
She's a talented singer, dancer, and actress. One article covers all 3 nouns.
But sometimes each item needs its own article. I met a doctor, a lawyer, and a teacher. 3 different people.
I met the doctor, lawyer, and teacher could be 3 people or 1 person with 3 professions.
Context usually makes it clear, but precision matters.
Let's review the key points before we wrap up.
Articles are a, an, and the, small words with big importance.
A goes before consonant sounds, and before vowel sounds, based on pronunciation, not spelling.
Use a, an for nonspecific singular countable nouns, first mentions, professions, and expressing one.
Use the for specific things both speaker and listener know, unique items, superlatives, and things mentioned before.
Use zero article for general plurals, uncountable nouns speaking generally, most proper names, languages, sports, and meals.
Geographical names have specific patterns. Learn them gradually with exposure and practice.
Articles can change meaning. In prison versus in the prison. Go to school versus go to the school.
Common mistakes include omitting needed articles, adding unnecessary ones, and confusing a and an.
Fixed expressions and idioms have set article usage. Learn these as complete phrases.
Don't stress about perfection. Even advanced learners make article errors. Native speakers will usually understand you even with mistakes.
The best way to master articles is through extensive reading, listening, and noticing how they're used in context.
Pay attention to patterns, but also accept that there are many exceptions you'll learn over time.
Now we want to hear from you. What topic should we cover in our next episode?
Would you like to learn about verbs and tenses, adjectives and adverbs, conditionals, modal verbs?
Or maybe you want practical English for situations like traveling, job interviews, or social conversations.
Tell us what you want to listen to next. Leave a comment or send us a message with your suggestions.
And please, if you found this episode helpful, subscribe to Learn English Podcast.
Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and share this with anyone learning English.
Your support means the world to us and helps us continue creating free content for English learners everywhere.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope this comprehensive look at articles has cleared up some confusion.
Remember, articles are challenging for almost every English learner. Be patient with yourself.
Keep listening, keep reading, keep practicing, and the patterns will become more natural over time.
Until next time, happy learning.
Don't forget to tell us what you want to listen to next.